You guys are struggling to improve in Fortnite competitive recently. Maybe you're stuck in the same division, can't qual a solo victory cup. Well, it might just be your warm-up routine. There are countless videos on the internet of the best warm-up routine or the best way to get better at the game, but they're all BS. Because today I'm going to be showing you guys my warm-up routine that personally helped me go from a hard-stuck Div 5 player to now in Div 2 in like less than 2 months. I'm going to be going through every single part of my warm-up, from my building to my piece control to my aim and to, of course, fighting at the end. So I hope you guys do enjoy this video. If you do, go ahead and hit that like button. Let's get this video to, let's try 10 likes, okay? I'm giving you guys secret tech on my warm-up routine. Also, throughout the video, I will be sharing you guys 5 different Fortnite competitive tips. Early game tips, mid game, late game, mental tips, and finding some teammate tips as well. Just a lot of tips. Anyways, also, make sure you guys are using code LJsMalibu in the Fortnite item shop if you guys are planning on picking up any of the brand new bundles in the game. There are a ton of new bundles. We got the Supergirl bundle, Olivia Rodrigo bundle, this emote, right? If you want to get the Dirk's icon skin, Terminator, so like all this, right? Use code LJsMalibu. Help support your boy out. Anyways, let's get into it. Alright, boys, so the first map you're going to be loading into is Raiders Mechanics V5. Alrighty, so once we are in the training map, the first thing I want y'all to go to is the weapon area over here. And you're going to choose the 2 weapons that you like. They're your favorite shotgun and your favorite spray gun. For me, it's going to be the Stinger and the Striker. I don't know why it changed the combat. And these are probably 2 of the best. I wouldn't recommend using Ranger even if you use it in game because it's kind of hard to tell in here. But it has bullet drop. And it's really hard to control, so yeah, so also does the Warforged AR. Realistically, I would only use Flex, Stinger, or like Surgical Burst. The first thing you're going to be going to is the free build section. We're going to get our builds warmed up. So, one really underrated tip I can give y'all before you start building is to crack your fingers, not like that. Okay, this is kind of like a weird like thing that somebody taught me a while ago, but it really helps. But just to like pop, I already did it because I was gonna warm up. Just popping your fingers can really help you and like loosen your grip up when you're building. It's just a little tip, like you don't have to, but it definitely helps. Alright, so the first thing we're gonna be doing is you're gonna go over to the speed section and you're gonna set it down to speed 70. Okay. Now, what you're gonna be doing is you're gonna just free build. You're gonna free build to the height section. Now, how do you know when you've hit high ground? Well, it's very simple. Your builds, you just can't place any more builds. Like, it's just red. You'll see. I'll show you. Now, when you're free building through here, what you want to focus on doing is doing these 3 things. Number 1, keeping good crosshair placement, right? Don't be, like, shaking all over the screen like this, right? Keep your crosshair placement very good because you are going slower, which means you can take longer to edit, just making sure your crosshair placement is good. The next thing you're going to do is focus on not messing up simple moves. Right, so if you can do a triple edit pretty easily on normal speed, you shouldn't be messing a triple edit up on this speed. Though, maybe if you do a quad edit, and do a quad edit very well, then that's alright. But, yeah. And then the other final thing I want you guys to focus on is to just do new moves that you normally don't do or are hard for you. But yeah, and then I'll go ahead and give y'all a little sneak peek at upcoming short called the LJ move. I low-key learned this one. Really. If you don't know what I did, don't worry, I'll come out with the YouTube short, or you can just slow down the video, but I've been doing that move recently, and it's actually, like, pretty freaking stylish. Alright, starting out with the first tip I'm going to be giving out to y'all boys. As I said, I was going to be giving out tips. Here they are. Starting out, early game, okay? Here is how to fix up your early game so you're not dying on spawn. Number 1, you need to do the LJ method so that you can find the most uncon drop. And here's how you do it. Go into, like, I don't know, let's say you're Div 4. Go into first place's Div 4 game. Go to exactly 2 minutes into the game when first zone opens. And then what you're going to do is you're going to count how many people are at each POI. So you're going to do that for every single one, average it out, and then you can figure out which POI is going to be the least con. Now, if you want to go a little in-depth in this is actually what I did recently. You can actually see if there's any zone patterns. So I've noticed that zones tend to pull a lot more northeast. So a spot northeast, north, or east, any of those spots definitely work. But that's how I figure out an uncon drop, and then just have a drop plan and practice 2v2 off spawns if you have somebody with a code or you have code, or just go into ranked or something, or scrims. Alright, so once you guys are done with that, you are going to go back into the free build area here. You're going to go to the speed, and now we're going to turn it up to 130. And you're going to do the exact same thing. Free build up to high ground. Now, you are going to be a lot faster with this, so we do have different goals. The number one goal is just to understand that all you're trying to do is just warm your fingers up. That's all you're doing, okay? Nothing special. Just warm your fingers up. Alright, and I pre-edit. Alright. The next thing that you're trying to do is also make sure you don't repeat the same moves. I don't know if this is just me or y'all do this sometimes too, but I kind of like, when I do this, I tend to just do the same move over and over and over again, and that just like doesn't really make you better. So try to do, you know, different moves. Alright, so the next tip I'm going to be giving y'all is something for your mid games. Mid games are like the hardest thing in Fortnite competitive because they can take a while, and if you die right before endgame, you waste a lot of time with 0 points. So here's how to fix them. Well, number one, VOD what you're doing wrong, okay? Figure out what is going on, right? Do you keep getting keyed in the same spot? Or are you not having enough loot? Or figure out some sort of situation that's going on and fix that. And also VOD other teams' mid games to figure out what they did good and how they qualified out. Now, I'll go ahead and give you 3 tips that I found from VODing my own gameplay that helped me make my mid games way better. And number one, that was to stay away from POIs during mid game, okay? Just land at a POI, loot your POI, and then just don't go near any others because you're just going to get bought. Now, the next thing I figured out is when I went for mid-game objectives, it worked really well. So I'm talking boss spawns, vaults, or airdrops. Every time I went for them, I always did good that game, and a lot of people don't actually key you, so don't be afraid to do them. And then the final thing that I noticed that I did was when I rotated near high layers or on high layers. So one game I realized that I was rotating on top of a mountain and nobody really shot me and I kind of had a free rotate in the zone. But then the other game I noticed I was right next to a mountain and it cut off a lot of line of sights for everybody. And then I was also able to rotate. So just make sure you're rotating kind of with your terrain to your advantage. Alright, once you are done with the speed section here, you're going to go back down and you're just going to do 100% speed and do the same thing. Now for this thing, the only thing you're going to be focusing on is figuring out what 2 things you did bad from the previous stuff. So let's say that you kept screwing up simple things with your slow, and let's say that you weren't focused when you were doing like the fast or something. Then just try to fix those mistakes when you're doing this 100% speed. And same thing, just go to height. Oh yeah, LJ move. Alright, now the final tip I'm going to be giving y'all is endgame tips. Now, endgame, in my opinion, is the funnest part about competitive, right? It's competitive, it's super fun, and it's fun, but you have to know how to play it. And the tips I can give y'all is by VODing other pros' endgame. So, you know, somebody I like to VOD is Sky and Scroll. I normally watch Sky because he's IGL and I'm IGL, and watch Sky pretty much dominate endgames and figure out what they're doing. I also watch back my own endgames to figure out what's going on, and if something works for me, I just continue it. Like, a lot of people like to just full send height. I don't really like the full send height, okay? I like to normally play more of like a mid to low ground layer, and it works for me. So just VOD pros, figure out what works for you, figure out what you're doing wrong, and practice it in stuff like scrims and cut the endgame. Once you are done with that, you've officially finished your free building, right? Your hand should be pretty warmed up, and you should be able to free build pretty well. So, the next thing we're going to be doing is switching to the aim section. So, we got all this stuff, right? Here is what my schedule is. It's a little confusing, but listen up. I pretty much have an A and a B day, okay? For my A day for warm-up, I do the react, okay? I do glider, wall replace, airbot, foxfight aim, and horizontal tracking. And then for my B day, I do sphere tracking, jump shot, surge tag, headshot practice, close long, and ADS shotgun, okay? So I don't do all of them on each day. Oh yeah, I also do aim 1v1 aim duel every day. Now, for the other thing is how long do these for and how many kills you get? Well, here's pretty much how I calculate it. I go into them, I do the timer for a minute, and then I double the amount of kills I get, and that's just how many I go for. So, we're going to be doing my B-Day one, because that's what I think is up next, which means we got our sphere drill. Alright, so, when I did this and I calculated this last, I got probably 5 kills in 1 minute, so we obviously do 10. Now, for this one, the only tips I can really give y'all is just make sure that you're tracking it well, and when it goes fast across your screen, make sure you're also able to track it pretty well. Nice. Okay, so now that we are done with this, we're going to go to side jump shots. So side jump shots are a little different because you don't actually get kills in this one. I just always do this for a minute. For this one, what I would recommend doing is, this is very good crosshair placement practice. If you don't know what crosshair placement is, then low-key click off this video. But just make sure that you're hitting your shots. Obviously, I didn't there. Or make sure you're hitting over 100 damage shots. And just try to make sure your crosshair is just on it the second you jump up. And every time you screw up, like right there, figure out why you screwed up and don't do it again. Like, it sounds like a lot, but I promise you, like, it works. Alright, the next thing we're going to be doing is surge tags. Now, these ones, I'm going to be honest with y'all, are a little embarrassing. Because... Oh, wait, you could get close. Wait, I kind of like this closer one. Okay, hold on. We're going to get closer. What I was going to say, though, is that these ones are a little hard because it's an SMG that is terrible at long range. So, I only do 10 of these. And they're pretty difficult. Like, this one takes a while. But, yeah, the really only tip I can give y'all is just try and keep your crosshair on them. Also, if you can't kind of learn how your gun works, like, I realized that, like, the more and more and more you spray with this gun, the worse the recoil spread gets. Like, it just keeps getting worse. So I try to do this when they're at long range. Alright, next up we're doing headshot practice. This one I do 100 of because, well, I want my shotgun aim to be good. And it's pretty fun. For these ones, though, it's kind of weird. I don't know if, like, y'all have this habit either. But sometimes when I, like, shoot somebody with a shotgun, I'll do this where I crouch. So I do half of mine where I crouch and half where I don't crouch. So 50 no crouch, 50 crouch. And make sure you're strafing as well, or moving. It helps your aim. If you're that, like, skilled enough, you can, like, strafe oppositely of where they're going. Alright, the next competitive tip I'm going to be giving y'all is talking about finding teammates. Finding teammates is a very big struggle in competitive, I'm going to be honest with y'all. But, as somebody that has dealt with it, let me tell y'all my tips. So, the first thing is I would find people through Discord, to be honest with you. People on Twitter can work, but it's very rare, and a lot of them are good, especially if you're new competitive. I wouldn't do it because that's wasting the people on Twitter's time, and they're just going to make you feel like a piece of crap. But Discord servers, if you're new, I would recommend literally only Manu. If you're a little bit advanced, I'd recommend Vitals. But pretty much just put what you're looking for, don't ask for too much, and yeah, play with them. Now, one thing that I would not recommend doing is having like tryouts or whatever. Don't be like, oh, I'm gonna test you on this, I'm gonna test you on that. Literally just play with them, and unless they're like so unbelievably horrid that you know you won't call a tourney with, then don't play with them. But if there's still a chance, I would continue always playing with them. The one thing I used to do is drop people after like one tourney or like a week. Don't do that, okay? Literally just stick with people, and I promise you your duo chemistry will build, and y'all will be way better than you think you would be. Alright, next up, we are doing close, long tracking. For this one, it's very simple. You're just basically tracking the bot here, and just make sure you're tracking well. Pretty easy. The one thing I like to do is keep, like, a number streak alive. I don't know if y'all have the numbers, damage numbers that I do, but I have the ones that add up. I like to just keep the damage streak alive. See, like, right there, it reset, and I'm kind of a bum for that. But try to keep it alive and try to figure out if it doesn't stay alive, you know, why didn't it stay alive? Also, boys, if you do ever have any video ideas y'all want me to do, please go ahead and comment down below. They could be shorts, they can be full videos, they could be live streams, they can even be posts. Just comment them down below, right? Like, I really, like, I run out of ideas pretty frequently, and I always love taking y'all's suggestions, and I always end up probably doing a lot of y'all's suggestions, so please comment down below, I'll shout you out and everything. Alright, boys, so the next one you're going to be going to is the ADS shotgun. It's right there. Click start, and basically you have to keep your gun ADS the whole time. You don't have to, like, it doesn't force you, but yeah, it's kind of called ADS for a reason. And pretty much you just shoot these little bots and just try to kind of track them and kill them. It's pretty easy. The one tip I will give you, though, as you guys saw right there, the bots will, like, do that, where they'll jump and then they'll stay still. I wouldn't really recommend shooting them while they're doing that, because it's very, like, they're standing still, so you don't get a lot of, like, tracking practice with it. Bro, I'm... Cute! Bro! Alright, not gonna lie, that was kind of like the worst, like, I've ever done on that. Alright, so now you're gonna go to the 1v1 aim duel. To be honest with you, I really haven't gotten this one figured out yet. So we're just gonna do the quick version, which the quick version is you do 30 seconds of shotgun aim, and 30 seconds of SMG aim. For the first 10 seconds, I like to jump a lot, right, to get my jumping aim kind of warmed up. Then for the next, I like to crouch and just sit here and try and shoot, and my skin's in the way. About right. And then the final one, I just kind of like to just move around. Maybe hit a jump, maybe hit a crouch. There we go. Alright, now SMG aim is literally the exact same thing. Just jump around. Try to spray him. Pretend like it's another person in your box. Go in here. Oh wait, shoot. We saw each other. Okay, cool. Alright, so once we are done with that, we are now going to go to the piece control section. This is the final section here on Raiders Mech Training. You're going to click the peak practice on, and you're going to click the bot health to this. And you're going to click play, and you're going to do 30 of these piece control drills. I know that there are, like, people that do more than 30. You can if you want, and I probably should, but I think 30 is a sweet number. Pretty much how you want to do these, though, is just make sure you have good aim, so always hit a headshot, and make sure you have good peaks, because if you don't, you're going to get shot by the bot. And your goal isn't to get shot. So as you guys can see, I got shot, right? So when you hear the shot, like here, I'll overextend, so see. I just got shot there. That means it was a bad peak. So your goal isn't try to get shot. If you get shot like at the start of it, that's fine. It's just when you're directly going for the peak is when you don't want to get shot. Now, if you guys were waiting for this segment to also have a tip about competitive, nope. Last tip's at the end of the video. Make sure you guys watch till the end, what I'm saying. Oh, chat, that was a bad peek. What happened there? I don't know. I just kind of feel like I'm playing drunk right now. I don't know why I keep doing that with my peanut butters. Also, why do I keep hitting for 70, bro? I have an evil Fortnite with the shotgun. Boom. Alright, so now that you have done all of that, we're finished. We're finished on mech training. Alright, the final thing, final section, whatever you want to call it, for our warm-up routine is to queue a 1v1 build fights and get our fighting warmed up. Basically what you're going to do, what I like to do is I like to just basically just warm up my fighting. Alright, apply all the stuff that we learned from our warm-up routine and do it on these people. Oh my god, wait. Like, the only reason I'm ignoring is because I just want to, like... Oh wow, I'm low-key crazy. This guy tried to pickaxe me, bro. Oh heck no. Oh, we gained an ego. Gonna edit. Jeez. And there you go. 5-0. Boom. Just like that. That's how you know you're warmed up, boys. Alright, now of course, as promised, let me give y'all the final tip. And that is mentality, right? Fortnite is a lot and a big mental game. And here's how I went from going insanely nervous to literally never nervous in any other tournament. And it's gonna sound pretty crazy, but just don't care. Like, once you grasp your mind around the fact that it's just Fortnite and it doesn't matter, even though I want to do this as, like, even though I want to be pro, obviously, it doesn't matter, bro. It literally doesn't. Promise you, one bad tournament, you're always going to have another one. right? The other thing that does help out as well with this one, if you're nervous on the spot and you kind of can't get your mind, like you're in endgame or something like that, do something called box breathing. This really helps out. I always do this at the start of attorney because always the first game is just kind of nervous. And then the last game if I know I'm gonna qualify. So here's how you do it. Okay, you're going to breathe in for 4 seconds. Also do this through your nose. Don't cook your jaw when you're older. Breathe in for 4 seconds, hold that for 4 seconds, out for 4 seconds, hold that for 4 seconds. Do this, and I promise you it calms your nervous system down, and you play it 10 times better. Anyways, boys, that is going to be it for today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, go ahead and hit that like button, subscribe down below so we can hit 50K before the end of the year. We're nowhere near close, but I'm locking in on content, so hopefully. Yeah. Also, make sure you guys are using code LJsMalibu if you're copping anything in the item shop. And please let me know if you guys want me to update my 1v1 map. Obviously, my 1v1 map is terrible. Nobody uses it. It's fine. I don't blame them. But if y'all want me to update it and y'all would use it, let me know down below. Also, let me know if this warm-up routine helped. Hopefully it did. Try applying this for like a week and see if you get better. Anyways, I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace out.